numbers as we go to the tail of the tape. Tyson turned 34 in June, 2 years older. Big 5-inch height advantage, 7-inch reach advantage. Golota at yesterday's weigh-in, as mentioned, Tyson 222, Golota 240. And the key Michigan rules for this non-title fight. The standing 8 count is in effect. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Fighter cannot be saved by the bell except in the final round. If an accidental headbutt occurs before the end of the 5th round, the fight's ruled a technical draw. If it happens after the end of round 5, they go to the scorecard. So here at the Palace of Auburn Hills, better than 16,000 on hand, ready for the main event. Mike Tyson versus Andrew Golota. The official introductions from our ring announcer, the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Palace of Auburn Hills here in Auburn Hills, Michigan, as it's time for the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by America Presents and Hearns Entertainment in association with Main Events, Fight Night Inc. and SET Showtime Event Television. This bout coming away is sanctioned by the Michigan State Athletic Board of Control. The chairman is David Sebastian, vice chairman Dr. Michael Shervin. Now introducing to you our 3 judges scoring the bout from ringside. From Clarkston, Michigan, Rosemary Grable. From Hale, Michigan, Bernie Teachout. And from Troy, Michigan, Brad Wright. Now introducing to you the 3rd man of the ring, the referee in charge. From Lincoln Park, Michigan, Frank Garza. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. A heavyweight showdown scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from the Palace of Auburn Hills, it's showtime! Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing white trunks with red trim, fighting out of Chicago, Illinois by way of Warsaw, Poland. He weighed in at an even 240 pounds with a record of 36 wins, 4 losses. He has 29 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the WBC number 9 ranked heavyweight contender, introducing the hard-hitting Andrew Golota. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner, really needing no introduction the world over, entering the ring wearing his traditional black trunks and hailing from Catskill, New York. He weighed in at 222 pounds with a record of 48 wins, 3 losses, and 1 no contest. He has 42 big wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the youngest man ever to capture the world title, the 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, introducing the one and only Iron Mike Tyson. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Frank Garza, now to give instructions. 10 rounds of boxing scheduled in this our main event of the evening.
Only the chief second and the boxer in the ring. Everybody else has to be out. Only the chief second. Only the chief second. Only the chief second.
Little gamesmanship going on here now, Bobby. I mean, somebody's got to make their way to the center of the ring.
I think it's ridiculous. I think the referee was waiting for everybody to get out of the ring except for the chief second, which are the trainers, and the fighters themselves.
It's a familiar sight of Tyson pacing like a caged tiger. And already, before the fight starts, Frank Garza has some controversy.
I can see Mike's belly button right there, and that's going to be the line. his trunks or cups, I'm going to consider a low blow. His is up a little high. His belly button's right there, so I'm going to give Mike right here that red line. You got it? Okay. We already went through all the directions in the dressing room. Do you have any questions?
No questions.
Any questions in this corner? Okay, gentlemen, let's do it right. Touch them up. May the best man win.
Garza looking to take charge from the outset. 21 of Tyson's 42 knockouts in the first round. Fastest KO 30 seconds with Marvis Frazier. Second fastest 37 seconds Robert Collet. The third, his last fight, 38 seconds, Lou Savarese. Golota, stand-up boxer, big right hand, deliberate yet busy, looks to wear you down, but will he be around long enough to find out if he can? And can he keep his composure under pressure? Here we go.
Golota looks a little soft in the belly too, Steve.
Tyson quickly looking to get in on the inside. Using the head movement. There's a straight left hand right on the nose. A right hand by Tyson. Another overhand right by Tyson that got Golota on the head.
Golota's holding his cool pretty good right now. Maintaining, just trying to get that jab, trying to get through this first round.
Tyson, as usual, comes out winging. Backing Golota up. We haven't seen Golota's right yet.
Golota standing, you see him, his legs is a little stiff, and he's looking at, looks like he's looking to load up the right hand, and you can hear his corner yelling, throw the right hand, but he looks really tight. Mike's not working in behind the jab. There he started to throw it.
Let him go. Vibrate.
Golota definitely more skilled than some of Tyson's recent opponents. And he is big.
I'm watching it.
He is a big target, and Mike's got a lot of man to work with in front of him. He's throwing some big body shots. Golota not throwing any hard punches at all.
Tyson looking to resurrect his aura of invincibility.
Golota's not really using any of the leverage either. He's staying too straight. He's not bending. He's not using that height and that reach. He's slapping a lot.
Just
I think he's still afraid.
Straight right hand. Followed by a left by Golota. And then a right uppercut. Blocked by Tyson. Here's the left jab by Golota. That scores. Misses with
Off his head.
Chopping right cross.
He's tapping a little bit. He's not really unloading with these big shots.
Break. Let him go.
Golota
No push.
has yet to feel the extreme impact, the power of Tyson.
Okay, step back, both of you. Step back quickly. Step back. My break.
He's throwing a big, wide right hand to the body, Steve.
No wrestling. Let him go. Keep it clean. No wrestling.
We approach the final 30 seconds
Get him up, Andrew. Get
of
him
round
up.
one.
Let him go. Let
There's
him go.
a cut left side of the face over the left eye of Golota.
Nice right hand by Mike over the top, too. Again, working that cut.
And a left hook to the head by Tyson.
Up his head. Nope.
Referee's doing an excellent job, Steve.
Down goes Andrew Golota. What a right. Straight right on the button. Golota down.
Same right hand and open that cut, Steve.
A flash knockdown. He got up quickly. Here are the final seconds of round one. And there's the bell. Tyson scoring a knockdown at the end of the first.
Take a deep breath. All right. Little cut. Very little cut. Just bite on that mouthpiece. Throw that right fucking hand. You hear? Yeah, huh?
Something Mike's not done a lot of is an overhand right. Watch his overhand right. That is right on the money. Golota's got a whole new problem. Here you're going to see it. He comes into him, bends. Beautiful leverage. Look at him turn that shoulder in. That is a full power shot. Super slow-mo from the other side. Oh, and you can see the shockwave sent to Golota's jaw and chin. That is just a beautiful right hand. But he got up quickly.
Deep breath. You gotta fight. Throw your punches fast. Come on, let's go.
Didn't take long for Golota to feel the power of Tyson. Golota down at 247 of round one.
No, watch your head. Watch your head.
Connecting with a devastating right. Tyson all over Golota.
Golota doing some bobbing and weaving a little better than I thought he could. Made might miss a few shots, but you can see there's some fear in his eyes. He's felt the pain.
Jumping on Golota here to open round two. Wanting to end it right here. Oh, a big right hand again by Mike Tyson.
And Golota's holding on the inside a lot. He learned from Holyfield, tie him up on the inside.
Mike right, off his head, off his head.
Tyson just slowing Golota down here at the outset with huge rights to the head. There's another right hand. Golota's chin withstanding that, but how much more can he take? Tyson again jumping all over him. A left hook, then he shoots to the body.
Golota hit him with a nice right hand too. Got Mike's attention a little bit inside.
Step back. Take a deep breath.
That right just missed by Tyson. And then a headbutt almost by Tyson.
Let him go.
As he came in leading with his head.
Break. Step back, no wrestling.
Midway through the second.
Mike's got to work in behind the jab again. He can't work in just coming with the big power shots because Golota's learning real quick. You got to hold on to this man. See, Mike stopped throwing the jabs, not working his way, and needs to stuff that big jab.
I break. I break.
Mike Tyson looking to move 240 pounds into position for the final knockout.
Nope, that's it. Step back.
We approach the final minute of the second round.
Okay, watch your head. Watch your head. No punching. No punching. All right? Catch him up.
Not been the storied left hook of Tyson thus far, but the overhand right just missed with that overhand right.
And he had bad intentions over that one, Steve. That was a Hail Mary. Throwing the pass for the end zone.
Okay, step back. Step back. Step back. No punching. Step back. Step back.
Mike's got to work in behind the double jab. It'll stop Andrew from holding him so easy. See, Golota slapping here. He can't hurt Mike with that. He's going backward and still punching. Feet are off balance, not planted, not delivering, turning his hips and shoulders in. Not going to hurt anybody with that.
And he seems fearful to throw his right hand for fear of what might be coming back.
Andrew, get him up. Right break. Right break. Get him up. That was an accident. You
Mike's
okay?
showing he's a little over anxious here. That big right hand got him all souped up. He's not bobbing and weaving behind the jab. He's bobbing and weaving, but not behind the jab, which is allowing Golota to tie him up, Steve.
Two in the books.
You're missing it with that right hand because you're looping it. Throw it straight, you're catching. Relax. How you feel? Relax. Check this out. Show him that, just like we worked on in the locker room. Show him that jab and step on it. Okay? Step to the right, fire right. Relax, Mike.
Obviously, Tyson has to get inside, and here he comes, trying to get inside. But as soon as he does, look at Golota. He's just hold on for dear life because he's been hurt.
What are you doing?
You fucking do this.
Oh, I don't think he wants to go on. I don't think he wants to go on. He wants to quit.
He quit.
What are you doing?
Last second, the bell's going to ring.
It's over. He's done it again. Golota quits. Look at this drama. Al Cerro says, I can't believe you're doing this.
And he said it a little more colorfully than that, Steve. I'm telling you right now, Cerro's excited. He's upset. And I'll tell you what, it was a better round considering the first round he was on his... But you won't know until you taste the power of a puncher like a Tyson, a puncher like a Tua, what you have inside you. And now we know Andrew Golota will not deal with it. Not deal with it well.
And you hear the crowd reacting.
I said I'd be real surprised if this got into round 4, and I was not wrong.
Somebody just threw something in the ring that splattered all over us. The
Cup of soda.
The Golota corner is just distraught with this decision by their man, Andrew Golota. He wants to get the heck out of here. He's coming. near us now, gets away. People are throwing things at him.
They're throwing popcorn, soda, beer, everything that they can.
Unbelievable sight here at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Golota being escorted off as fans throw things at him after he quits at the end of 2 rounds. Oh, look at that. Oh, my goodness. Now, let's hope this doesn't really get out of hand now. It's getting very ugly here now as they hustle him out into the back area to safety.
Listen, I'll tell you what. You want to go down and go out on your shield? Okay, but I cannot buy quitting. Well, it's still okay. The second round was a better round for Golota. He got the mic a little bit, tied him up, was starting to do what he wanted to do, get to the 4th or 5th.
An outrageous display of cowardice by Andrew Golota. Let's get it over to Jim Gray.
James. Mike has decided to leave the ring. We're going to go back into the locker room and try and speak with him then. Ice is pouring out. There's been a lot of coins thrown into the ring, and I just think that he wants to leave before the situation becomes any worse. Steve, we'll run back to the locker room and see what happens there.
All right, thank you very much, Jim. As Mike Tyson makes his exit, heading back towards the dressing room.
One of the cameramen just came over and whispered in my ear that right after the first round, he asked his corner twice, please stop this fight. I don't want to go out there anymore. Please stop this fight.
And Al Certo kept screaming at him, you're going to win this fight. You're going to win this fight. And Golota got up on the stool to get Certo's
styles
attention.
make fights. Golota never had a chance to win this fight. He doesn't have the defensive skills or the real agile mobility necessary to offset what Mike's doing, and he never hit him clean.
I agree with you there, but do you just...
You take your shot.
Gutless, heartless, you take a gutless approach like that?
No, you take your shot. Listen,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This is the business we've chosen. You don't cry about it after the fact.
We still haven't had the official announcement. The enigmatic career of Andrew Golota rages on. Let's go over to Jimmy Lennon Jr. now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout has been ended at the beginning of round number 3. Golota refusing to enter the combat at round 3. Referee in charge, Frank Garza, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout, Iron Mike Tyson.
So there's the official announcement by Jimmy Lennon Jr. to a chorus of boos here at the Palace. Fans just irate at what they just saw. Andrew Golota quitting at the beginning of round 3. He refused to come out. He was being urged to change his mind by his corner, led by Al Certo, his trainer. Despite that urging, he said, that's it, I don't want to go anymore.
That was a little more than an urging, it was a command.
Well, he told him to go out there and fight, and he refused. I don't care what you call it, but that was sheer cowardice on the part of Andrew Golota. I mean, you know, let's face it, as you pointed out,
to see a man
to have to take a Tyson punch is not the greatest picnic in the world. But
this is a business we've chosen.
This is his profession, and he's got to continue.
Steve, this man is 6'5", 240 pounds, and quit like that. More than ever, I'd love the opportunity to fight Mike Tyson just because of that rush.
Let's not get into that. I understand that, but this is about Andrew Golota. All right, here it is at the end of the round where he's saying, I don't want to fight. Look at his people saying, you got to fight. And he just walks away, pushes people away. He pushes Garza away, the referee.
He pushed everybody.
Al Certo, his other members of the support team. Look at Certo. Look at this. Look at this display. You wonder if his purse is going to be held up. You really do. Reported $2.5 million.
I don't think he can do that. I think that if a man gets in there and he takes his best shot, and evidently this was all his best shot was worth.
But he quit.
But he got hurt. He quit. He's allowed to do that. He took the punches and he can't take any more.
So you're saying he quit?
He quit.
Yeah, he quit.
But you're allowed to do that. There's nowhere in the rules that say you can't quit if you're hurt or you're scared to death. So nowhere in the rules can they hold his purse for quitting.
16,000 people don't agree.
I understand that, but that's not my problem right now.
Well, let's check in on Golota in the dressing room. Well, that was fast. You get the feeling he didn't want that camera in there, and it's understandable after what just happened.
Well, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have an explanation that anyone's going to accept right now.
On the other side of the coin, are you impressed with Mike Tyson, the way he conducted himself here? He just walked off, composed. That was it.
You know what? Mike didn't get out of hand, and there were a couple times where Golota held him pretty tight, held him a little, what someone might think is excessively. Mike held us cool. He didn't swing crazy. Took his time, did the job.
Never fouled, never did anything in a misconduct way. Let's go over to Bill Boggs. We're obviously having some microphone difficulties there. We'll try to rectify the situation, get it back to Bill as soon as possible, because we would love to hear what's going on back there.
I can't wait to hear this explanation.
Oh, man, I want to hear what Golota has to say to defend himself here after quitting prior to the third round. I want to hear Al Certo as well. Well, we kind of did before, but still, we're having some technical problems. We'll get that fixed up and send it back into the Andrew Golota dressing room. People are just standing around kind of stunned in disbelief here, milling around, going, what did we just witness? Unbelievable, Bobby.
Well, Steve, I'm not that surprised that the fight ended as early. I am somewhat shocked that he quit while he was still standing. Exactly. I could see in his eyes he was hurt, and I could see the fear when he got up, and I could see the fear when he came out in the second round, but he was still there. Fear's okay, and sometimes it has to be your friend and keep you honest, but to take it and let it get the best of you can make you walk out. No, it doesn't work.
In this case, the fear overcame Andrew Golota. He did not want to get punched anymore by Mike Tyson. And now we're set to get it back to Bill Boggs.
There. Okay, we're here in Andrew Golota's dressing room. We got the hard line and trainer Al Certo, promoter Ray Shaw. But let's talk to the man himself. Mr. Golota, Andrew, the crowd is stunned. They can't believe it. What happened?
First of all, it wasn't my day today, but I got a headbutt. A referee didn't respond pretty much well as he's supposed to.
But you're a warrior, Andrew. You're a fighter. But you're a fighter that the crowd pays.
I got dizziness in my head. That's it.
What made you dizzy? Was it that first knockdown? What about the knockdown? Did you really recover from that knockdown at the end of the first round?
Actually, I was just sleep. You know, I hasn't been hit very well. You know, just I was sleep. Was slip on the down, and then that's it. I stood up.
What do you say to the people who are driving home now? The people who spent the $49.95 for the pay-per-view, the people who were rooting for you, your fans and boxing fans all over the world, at this great and grave disappointment to the sport.
Listen, boxing is a very, very difficult sport, you know. And I'm sorry for all my fans, you know, who count on me, you know. I just did not have my day today.
Andrew, do you want to fight again? Do you want to continue with the sport you've been in since a very young man, since a young teenager?
I have to give myself very heavy thought, you know, about it. So I don't know. I have a reputation as a dirty fighter, you know, and in this particular reason, you know, somebody headbutt me, you know, and just, you know, and nobody took care of this, you know. He didn't have hard warning, you know.
All right, a very distraught and upset Andrew Golota, as are most people ringside. Steve, we're going to go back to you right now. We're standing by right here, though.
Bill, thank you very much. A very dramatic interview there. Very sad, too, to see something like that as well, as Andrew Golota decided not to continue after getting beaten up for 2 rounds by by Mike Tyson?
Well, you know, I don't think Mike Tyson, there was any evidence of Mike Tyson, you know, headbutting on purpose or anything of that nature. I really don't see it. If they banged heads, that's part of the game. This is the business we've chosen. You just don't quit. You don't walk away and say, I don't like the way it was going, I'm out of here. I really don't think he's going to fight again.
Well, let's hear what they have to say on the other side of the arena. Let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much. I'm joined by Tommy Brooks, the trainer of Mike Tyson, Shelley Finkel, his boxing advisor and manager. And Tommy, let's start with the fight first. Mike, as of now, is not coming out to speak to us back in the locker room. Your assessment of how he fought and how this ended?
Well, I think he fought well. We've been working real hard. This has been kind of an extensive camp. We started back in, was it July, Shelley? Yeah, because we were supposed to fight September the 9th, and the fight got moved back. But anyway, to make a long story short, Mike, he put in his work. He did what he was supposed to do. I would have liked to have seen him throw a few more straighter right hands than what he threw tonight, but it was successful, you know.
You ever seen a fighter just get into a fight with his manager basically during the time in between rounds and say that's it, and have to push and shove those people away who are trying to shove his mouthpiece in and say, I've had it?
Well, you know, hey, that's the first time I've ever seen that. Matter of fact, I had my back turned, so I didn't even know it. The guys down below were telling me that he quit, and I turned around and saw that he was, you know, he didn't want to fight anymore. But I never would have guessed that from Andrew. I truly believe Andrew is not a coward. I think that he suffers from his anxiety attacks, and I think he was probably having one right in that third round.
Can you assess what Mike will do now? He indicated maybe yesterday that he wouldn't fight again. Where would you say that stands after this?
Well, I think he was a little bit unfulfilled because he wanted to knock him out, and he's coming down from that. I think he'll take off for a couple of weeks. He'll reassess what he wants to do. I think he'll be happy with his performance tonight. I know Golota was banged up pretty good for only 2 rounds. His interview just said he slipped in the first, and he said he got butted when the right hand cut him over the left eye. And I don't think he wanted to stay in there for any more.
Through no fault of his own tonight, Mike Tyson is involved in a controversy. And what now do you do? Because there's damage once again with Mike Tyson associated with it, even though in this instance he is completely clean and did absolutely nothing wrong.
I differ with you on this one. I think that's the same like a controversy of Michael Grant when Golota quit. It didn't affect Michael Grant, and it shouldn't affect Mike Tyson. As a matter of fact, the thing that I was most happy, aside from his performance, every time the ref said break and he was holding, he went out of his way to break clean and move back. He walked back to the corner, and some people said, what do you think? I said, he's very composed. He's very composed. He's got his head really on straight. And he can't be responsible for a guy that he hurts and the guy just quits.
No, he can't. Certainly, that's right.
So now that he put in a good performance, he showed that he could do what he had to do, even when the guy was deliberately holding and holding and holding. He did what he had to do. Now it's up to Mike if he wants to fight again. If he wants to fight again, the world is his. If he doesn't, then I wish him well.
All right, Shelley. Tommy, thank you for coming out. Hopefully you'll be able to get Mike to come on out and speak to us as well. Steve, back out to you.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. Back out here with Bobby Ches. Well, people did expect controversy here tonight, but there was none whatsoever from Mike Tyson. More than enough from the enigmatic Andrew Golota. And on the subject of Mike Tyson, we have on the phone line right now, hooked up from Nevada, Dr. Flip Hamansky, representing the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Flip, can you hear us?
I sure can, Steve.
Oh, great. Nice to have you with us. What did you just think of what you just saw?
Well, I feel bad for the fans. I think that they're the real losers tonight.
Would you consider letting Mike Tyson back into the big money venues of Nevada after what you saw here tonight?
Well, Mike at this time has not applied for a license in the state of Nevada. When and if he does, he will come before the 5 members of the Nevada State Athletic Commission, and he will be viewed as honestly and fairly as anyone else who comes to the state for a license.
Did you see anything in Mike Tyson's performance tonight that would make you think twice about letting him back into Nevada? Flip, are you with us? Well, we just lost the connection.
I think you lost him.
We unfortunately lost the connection to Flip, but he's got to reapply for his boxing license. The question I wanted to ask him was how long would that take, and when, what's the earliest we could see him back in Las Vegas?
You know what, I'll tell you, Steve, I think if he reapplies, there is no grounds to not allow him that license based on what we saw tonight. And I think that if Shelly Finkel was correct, you'll see a few times there was some excessive holding by Golota, and on the inside you can see a couple little not shoulders, but just pressing. And Mike, to his credit, and I think he was biting his tongue doing it, really didn't do anything in response to any of the things that Golota did that annoyed him.
Sure, there was a lot of desperation in Golota there, doing the things you're talking about. I understand we have Dr. Hermansky back. You with us, Flip?
Yes, sir.
All right, this is the flip side of Flip Hermansky. Nice to have you back. Now, what about what we were just trying to get to you before? What's the earliest date you think Tyson could get back to fighting in Nevada?
Steve, like I said, he has not applied for a license.
Right.
As soon as he does, he will be given a date before the 5 members of the Nevada State Athletic Commission. He will be able to present his case, and those 5 members, myself included, will objectively decide about a license. It can be done very quickly. The time frame is actually up to Mr. Tyson.
But did you see anything that would make you think twice about letting him apply? Anything tonight?
Tonight, Mr. Tyson fought like a gentleman.
Yeah, I was impressed with his performance, too, his boxing skills, his deference to the referee as well. What do you think about that?
As I said, tonight, Mr. Tyson's performance was admirable. Mr. Tyson has a long history, and the 5 members of the Athletic Commission in Nevada will treat him very fairly, but everything will be reviewed.
All right, Flip, we thank you for your patience. Thanks for hanging in there, and we'll see you next time we're out in Vegas.
Looking forward to it, Steve.
All right, thank you, Dr. Flip Hermansky of the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Nice of him to take the time after this major controversy here in Auburn Hills. Let's take a look at the online scoring for what it's worth over the first couple of rounds. And yes, Mike Tyson did indeed win those 2 rounds.
Gee, there's a surprise.
There's a surprise. But you got to believe the fans wanted more, much more. Very disappointing as to the way this thing ended here tonight at the Palace of Auburn Hills. So that's about it here at the Palace of Auburn Hills. It ends in very controversial, disappointing fashion. And the only thing I could ask Bobby Chez, what are your final thoughts after seeing what you witnessed here tonight with Golota?
Well, my final thoughts have been boosted that Mike Tyson is, in fact, back and ready to be dealt with at the top of the game. I think he's ready for anybody in the heavyweight division. And Andrew Golota remains a big, giant question mark at the very least. I don't know what's going on in his head. I don't know if he'll ever fight again, but what he displayed today was terrible.
Well, he quit against Michael Grant when he was ahead.
That makes no sense. This makes more sense than that.
Well, that was totally inexplicable. Here he was getting his head handed to him. And, in one regard, it's understandable how a person doesn't want to get the crap knocked out of him. But
I was going to say, I can understand it, but this is the business. This is the business we've chosen. We're men about it. You go out on your shield, or you don't bother going up the stairs in the first place.
All right. Well, we want to remind you that online scoring for tonight's main event was brought to you by Mike Tyson Boxing for the PlayStation 42 knockouts. You're next. Let's take a look at tonight's results in our opening bout. Coming out party of sorts for Alex Trujillo, dubbed the next Puerto Rican superstar by his manager. He remained undefeated. There you go. He knocked off Jose Luis Juarez via unanimous decision. And in bout number 2, Layla Ali continued her winning ways. It wasn't easy, but she did make it 8 for 8 as a pro, beating relatively unknown Kendra Lenhart, who gave her her hands full. In our third fight, Zab Judah in a disappointing performance. Uninspiring, I guess you can call it, but he did have his 3rd title defense. The formidable 140-pound division is begging for title unification. Will we someday see Zab Judah versus Kostya Tszyu? But he seemed out of focus and distracted here tonight in beating Hector Quiroz. And in the controversial main event, there are the numbers. They're going to call it TKO round 3 for Mike Tyson. Another fast victory for Tyson. But the story here, Andrew Golota deciding he didn't want to take any more, and he quits after 2 rounds. Much to the chagrin of his corner, Al Certo screaming in his face, you got to continue. You can't do this to us again. And you really have to wonder now about the future of Andrew Golota. Will he ever fight again? That'll do it from the Palace of Auburn Hills. A wild night for Bobby Ches, Jim Gray, Bill Boggs, our entire crew. Steve Albert saying so long, everybody.